How did the connection with Michelangelo Salisbury come about for the It's For You track that you did on Meteor Man?
Someone contacted my management back then from the Meteor, someone that was putting together the Meteor Man soundtrack contacted my management, and they kind of all hooked it up. But I co-wrote the song with them, and that's actually one of my favorite songs. That's one of my favorite up-tempo songs.
Yeah, I love that song.
Yeah, it was really cool.
You also recorded a track called Somewhere. I remember buying my copy of that in Wellington, New Zealand in 1994.
Wow.
And
cool.
I cannot understand for the life of me why that wasn't more of a success. Why do you think that certain songs hit a chord with the audience and certain tracks don't?
A lot of times great songs get lost. And I think it's because it's a bunch of different things. Like if you're on a label and there's several other artists on that label, and if you're out at the same time as, you know, like a TLC or, you know, like when my record came out when I was on The Face, I was out at the same time as TLC. So there was like, you kind of get lost sometimes. And I think sometimes great records get lost because record labels are doing so many other things, you know, and I don't think it has anything to do with the songs.
It's just there's only so many hands people have.
Right, right, so.
What's it like having a 5-octave vocal range? I mean, to be that talented.
Wow. I don't know. See, I'm really hard on myself. So I'm always trying to find a way to get better.
Yeah.
You know, I was just telling my husband that, you know, I would love to go back to Seth Briggs. He used to be my vocal coach, and, you know, do some more studying because I always feel like there's room to get better. Okay. So I don't even really think about it like, oh, 5 octaves. I'm like, no, I need to work on it.
That's 5 octaves, guys. Yeah? Just so that you're aware, if you didn't know before. You also did background vocals for The Boys, Tony Braxton. Who was the best artist that you worked on their record for? Who did you enjoy working with the most?
Gosh.
Because you did a lot.
Oh my gosh, that's hard. Well, I did a duet with Kenny Loggins, and I enjoyed working with Kenny Loggins. Okay. It was on his Live in the Redwoods album. That wasn't a background session, but it was really cool working with him because he can sing any style of music. I sat back and I just watched him sing R&B, he can sing pop, he can sing country, he can sing whatever and make it sound good. So he was one of my favorite.
Okay. What do you think about the music industry today? Because if I'm to be more specific, I mean the format of buying music has changed.
Yeah.
As an artist, it's different.
Yeah, it's different. I think it's okay. I think for an independent artist, it's actually really a good time for independent artists right now because the internet is so big, and you don't have to wait on the record label to put you out there. I mean, you can. I heard there was a rock band, I forgot the name, but sold like 1 million copies just off of their own website. You know, so it's like you don't have to spend all that money to get your music out there. And so I think it's actually pretty cool.
What do you think of the state of R&B today? Do you think it's... is it in a good place? Is it in a bad place?
I think R&B music, and I come from R&B, so I think it's suffering right now.
Yeah.
R&B music's not as big as it used to be, like in the 90s, and you know, like.
Why do you think that is?
I don't think it's the public that doesn't want to hear R&B. I think it's the people in the music industry, people that's running the industry. They feel like if it's not pop or hip hop, that it's just not good. Because I keep in contact with a lot of my fans on the internet, and I hear people talk, and they're like, man, I want to hear real music. I want to hear, you know, real R&B music again. Yeah. But it's like the people at the stations and the people running the industry, they don't, for some reason, are kind of like...
Somebody doesn't have a clue out there.
I don't know.
I agree with what Shanice is saying.
It's kind of sad.
But somebody doesn't know what they're doing.
because I've heard, over the past couple of years, I've heard some great R&B albums.
No, definitely.
That just kind of just got washed away, and it's really sad.
I don't think it's to say that
they're not promoting it. They're not like really putting the money behind it anymore.
It's not that the music isn't, there's not like everything is bad, but I just think the majority, me personally, I feel that the majority of the stuff doesn't have the substance that it had when you first came onto the scene, because there were real lyrics, real melodies.
Real music. Everything wasn't sampled,
Yeah.
So.
I mean, samples
are cool.
if they're used tastefully.
Exactly. Yeah. I agree with you. Yeah.
So, do you think, this follows on to my next question, do you think real music has a chance at coming back, and will you be a part of the mission to bring it back?
I would like to be. I think real music is coming back because history always repeats itself. And after a while, people are going to get tired of hearing the same thing. And that's why, Jill Scott, people like Jill Scott, we have Alicia Keys, and, they're keeping real music alive. So I believe that real music is going to be, back on the top again.
So when do you think the fans of Shanice will get to hear this new album? When do you think it will drop? When
I get back home to the States, I'm going to try to work every single day so I can hurry up and get this record out. But I definitely want it out sometime this year, before the year is out. Definitely. I can't give a certain date, but I definitely want to really get it out this year, for sure.
What would you like to say to your fans on njsforever.com?
I want to say to my fans, thank you so much for supporting me over the years. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be able to still do what I love to do. So thank you so much for supporting me, and I'm coming back. So I'll see you again.
Shanice Wilson, thank you. It's been a pleasure.
Thank you.
This is JOe for njsforever.com. We out.